Okay, so I have no idea what the fuck's going on because yeah, I'm trying here, people. I really am. Like I put in the thing that it is like okay, it looks like it's doing good right now. So I'll just like have a little lag at the beginning, possibly and stuff. So I may have gotten all the settings right this time, which is a good thing. I mean, like, hated to do that to my mom, but she just don't understand. Like, sometimes you cannot just start a fucking video while somebody's trying to set up a new piece of equipment and stuff. And like, I just, I legit cannot deal with people who's like, oh well, I didn't know, but yeah, you watch the same YouTubers I do, and you hear them complain about getting demonetized and all that, and you know that I'm trying to get my channels going so we can have more money, so we can get up out of the ghetto, get her eyes fixed, get her teeth fixed, live in a better environment for us mentally. So yeah. And like, I want to do all this stuff, but she's like, I don't know what she was thinking about. I really don't. To be honest with y'all, I don't know what she was thinking about doing. Yeah. But I had to bring up bottled water, cell phone charger, the um laptop charger because my laptop needed to be charged, and I had to bring up the wireless mouse so I could scroll around and fit shit. So yeah, like I just want to have everything looking all nice and professional for everybody and stuff. I've always loved the way professional streams look, and to become a successful YouTuber and stuff, I feel like, granted, you don't need the best stuff, but Streamlabs is for free. A lot of the YouTubers I know uses Streamlabs on their phone or the Camify or something like that. And I wanted to try out Streamlabs. So I just like started up my, and when I found out that Streamlabs had a computer version, I'm like, huh, I could actually sit down, use my laptop to stream instead of using my laptop all the time, because streaming is like really draining on the batteries and stuff. And my phone battery dies a lot, like really quick when I stream on it. So I kind of wanted a different option to stream besides using my phone to stream. And I mean, yes, I will be streaming from my phone from time to time and stuff. And I did get Streamlabs on my phone too last night. And I downloaded Streamlabs on my laptop today, and I'm like, I needed to see if this all works for my phone, for the laptop and stuff. That's the reason why I got this test stream. And then my mom goes and starts the damn video. I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? And I just like completely flipped out. So yeah. Um. So I'm just like, I really need to get out of this house and away from her for even a few hours, but I can't because last time, like, even I tried to give me and my mom a ride to the store this month. The guy that took us the month before, his grandfather was wanting to watch the Alabama game. Which, granted, some people look at that like a damn religious experience around here. And his grandmother didn't want to get out, so I can't really be mad about that. Then the other person that I called upon, apparently I haven't really heard from her since I've asked, because she was like, well, I can't. She was like saying that she had some type of job fair that Saturday or something. And like she would see if her parents could take us, and after that, I never heard anything back from her. So me and my mom basically had to use an Uber just to get to the store for the month of November. So like, we basically do not have transportation, for one. And it's obvious that during football fucking season, that leaves us completely useless and having to use a damn Uber just to get around. And we don't have money to be spending on a damn Uber like that. We really don't. So either way you look at it, the only two people that I'd actually be spending time with really can't even fucking spend time with me, or even come get me out of the damn house. So I'm stuck in this fucking apartment with my mom 24 fucking 7. So yeah, you're gonna see a lot of fucking fighting from people, especially if you stick them. Okay, best examples. Look at all these reality shows like Big Brother, Survivor, and shit like that. Even the best alliances on those shows, if all the main alliance people stick together throughout the whole show, like the longer they're stuck together, the more the alliances fall apart because there's a lot of infighting. That's only because they're stuck together 24/7 trying to do this show for a few months. And now, I want y'all to think about that. Those shows are only on for like, 20 weeks? So they gotta be stuck together for like 20, 30 weeks possibly. Like, well, a normal Supernatural season is like 22 episodes. They backed it down to 20 episodes, I think. Yeah, they backed Supernatural down to 20 weeks. And regular filming for a 20-week show will only give you 3 months of free time. So if we're using that for a typical reality show with like, even if they just get footage 1 week for one episode, depending on like what you're watching, whether it be Big Brother, Survivor, The Amazing Race, or whatever, you're basically stuck with those people for 20 or 22 weeks straight. And if people start like turning on each other for whatever during like 20 or 22 weeks now, then I want y'all to think about that for a minute. They start turning on each other during a 20 or 22 week episode. Season. During all that. Me and my mom have been basically stuck together for since like October. When did she lose her job? She lost her job back in February, I think. And it is like November 29th right now. So that's more than 20 or 22 weeks. Or however long they take to film Survivor, Amazing Race, Big Brother, and stuff like that. So, like, I don't need no fucking hate about that shit. Like, y'all go live with your parents, Nobody leaves the house, and the only way y'all can leave the house is if y'all are together. See how long it takes y'all to start fighting with each other and sniping at each other. Then y'all can come back and fucking apologize to me. Because my mom's legally blind at this point. Because she's getting her disability for being blind. Granted, she's not fully blind, but she's blind enough to where she can get a disability. And that means she will not let me go to the store with her card to buy us groceries. She's like, no, I want to go to the store too because I don't want to be cooped up here. So why don't y'all, like I said, why don't y'all go, whether it be y'all's parents, spouses, boyfriends, girlfriends, kids, whatever. Y'all go spend every waking moment together. Every time y'all go out to shop for food and stuff, y'all have to take that person with y'all. And I want y'all to do that for a good maybe 5 months and see on how long y'all last about that without actually fucking fighting. Like, there's no fucking possible way that anybody could be like that. Like, y'all need y'all's own fucking space and stuff. And I'm like, I'm up here in my damn room right now with a crappy overhead light because that fan is the only working light in this room. And I was going to be sitting downstairs doing this, and because the fan would be on the opposite side of the screen, so I wouldn't have had that awful glare. Yeah. And this is about the only way that I could set up my laptop unless I go sit it on my bed, which I highly doubt it because that way the light will be directly over me and it might be worse. Well, hell, I already know it's worse because I have to deal with ADC every time my mom turns on the fan, light downstairs in the living room, and I'm on my Twitch channel. And it just like, yeah. And the worst part is, I can't get out. I cannot escape from this house. I fear walking outside because there's been so many times that I just go out late at night and walk and hear damn gunshots. And where I walk at has already had, like, this apartment complex already has had robberies, shootings, just right up the hill from me. There was a girl laying out on the pavement and stuff. I think it's been a few years since this happened. But she basically ended up falling out in the parking lot because she was attacked by her boyfriend or something. Somebody else down in front where I walk around at sometimes her boyfriend ended up attacking her, and she ended up beating the shit out of him with the not the barrel of the gun, but the butt of the gun. Just hit him right up the side of the head with the butt of the gun. And I know that there have been several people throughout this 200 unit complex, and I mean, like, I've heard several stories about people being robbed. And before these renovations, I've seen like at least one unit with bars on the inside of their windows. And I've heard that there's a lot of other people that's heard about the robberies and seen the bars on the people's in the people's windows. And the other people have put like nails to they like nail their window shut so nobody could open up their window. People have security systems are everywhere. Basically, rich, poor, whatever, you got a damn security system if you can afford it. People basically, and then it don't even help for the sheer fact that we have people over here selling pills, crack. I'm not even going, at this point in the game, I'm not even going to include weed on that because weed helps with a lot of, especially the CBD part of weed, helps with a lot of mental illness. Helps with bipolar, anxiety, mental illness, and like helps cannabis. It even helps cancer patients because the THC and the cannabis mix, they basically make you hungry, and they also make you want to sleep. Well, one of the best ways for a cancer patient to not always end up in the hospital because their white blood count is extra low because of the chemo and stuff is to have them smoke weed, eat a lot, and sleep a lot. So weed will help them do both of that and help them stay out of the hospital so they can be around family and friends, and that could I believe that could seriously change the course of whether they live or die. I don't know that because I don't have any facts, but I know that happens and stuff. So like, weed should not even be considered a damn drug at this point, and I'm not considering it a drug, so I'm not even going to add that to the list. But cocaine, heroin, pills, you name it, like, is more than likely being sold over here. Which is the sad part, because everybody knows if you sell that stuff, it's gonna bring more crime into the area, which means more gunshots, which means I want to get up out of here. Not only for my safety, but for my mom's. But my mom, she, like I said earlier, she watches the same YouTubers I do. She's heard them bitch about on how YouTube's been demonetizing their stuff because of certain stuff, and you can't have like music or certain like any type of ads, music, TV shows. You can't have all that in your videos. Because they will demonetize it because it's copyrighted material. And the only way you can use copyrighted material is if you have express permission from like the creator of the shows or the network that owns the show or I don't know how they do it, but whoever owns the copyright license on those materials that you want to use, you have to have express written permission to use that stuff from them. And if you don't, then you get copyrighted. And you get a strike on your channel. Well, my mom played an ad. And I'm like, no, that's what set me off. Like, she knows I'm trying to build this channel. She knows the things because she watches the same YouTubers, and that's why I'm saying, like, she cannot be doing that. Only because she knows that ain't a good thing, especially when you're trying to build a channel, and even if you're not monetized, you can still get copyrighted, because I went off on this rant about YouTube like 2 years ago, I think. And I was just downright bashing YouTube for all the bullshit that they was doing to some YouTubers about demonetizing their shit and saying that it's not fucking fair, which in my mind is not. Like, these YouTubers don't really do anything wrong, but yet they're still being punished for what other YouTubers are doing. And they basically took both videos down and gave me 2 strikes, which there was like, both strikes was 2 60-day strikes, which are now off my channel and I can live stream again. But I wasn't, that shows on how extreme they are about it. Like, they don't like hate speech, which I was basically hating on them. Yeah, I was. Because it pissed me right the fuck off. They don't want any type, like I've already said, no music, basically nothing that can be copyrighted, or hate, or supporting, or people telling others to go out and kill people. Like, they don't want any of that, which I might end up getting a strike just for saying that. Yeah. And the thing is, I've done rants like that, same type of anger, same verbal expressions. None of them have been taken down until those 2, and they was both talking about. I was talking about YouTube in both videos. Now, what's the fucking issue? Like, I'm not even gonna get into that issue because they're probably already got me on a damn list anyway. Oh my god, there is no way to talk about this shit and not have people starting looking at me from the government, because they're more than likely already doing that because some of the shit that I posted on Instagram. Well, hell, almost all my Instagram pictures now are probably already flagged and shit on some government watch list, because martial law's coming, people. You may not want to see it, but it is. And if y'all want to know more about it, go watch like Lisa Haven, Marfugal News. If y'all don't like either one of those, there's plenty of others like Alex Jones with InfoWars and plenty of others that I don't know the names of. Oh yeah, and Secure Team 10. So yeah, like, they have way more information, and that's where I get all my information from. And yes, like, I knew this before I even started watching them. The government is making lists of people. Like, they are targeting Christians. I am a Christian. Yes, I am. I may have a bad mouth and stuff, but I am a Christian. I am working on my mouth. So, like, yeah, I'm already on a list just for being Christian and just for posting Bible posts on my Instagram. So why not talk about it on my YouTube? Why not? And like, with this caravan, they're like, the mainstream media are like, Trump wants to tell fake news, which he don't view all mainstream media as fake news, but I didn't consider it all fake news anyway. At least when it concerns government issues, it's all fucking fake when you look at it on mainstream media and stuff. But like, if I want real hardcore good government intel, I'll go Lisa Haven, Marfugal News, any weird weather or strange cloud formations, strange objects appearing on Mars or the moon, or strange objects flying past the ISS and all that. I'll go to Secure Team 10, because there's a lot of stuff that he posts of space and even just regular news down here, like strange cloud formations, like I said, strange looking objects coming, zigging in and out of clouds, all the way down to what looks like earthquake damage, but the locals are saying we never had no earthquake, and this just appeared overnight, that type of stuff. And the big booms, he covers a lot of stuff like that. So like I go to them for the news. Those are the three people I go to. Like, so I don't know. I'm just, yeah. And I promise y'all, when I get, like I said, I'm trying to get all this fixed. It looks like the majority of the stuff's fixed at this point. I am holding good at 30 frames per second. So, and it's showing like a little, yeah, last thing that was detected was like 26 minutes ago with 58% of the frames skipped. I need to go back and check on my phone to see if it is all good still, because what I'm seeing down here is 0 dropped frames. So yeah, I'm just hoping that it's all good. And stuff. Like I said, I'm checking right now. Yeah, there. Checking. Yeah, it's all good. So I know I can trust this to help out instead of streaming straight through YouTube, where I don't know shit about it. This is pretty simple, like I saw in the video I watched last night. Simpler and all that. And this is just supposed to be a test stream, and I've already gone off on a rant. That shows on how my mind works. Like, I cannot properly sit down and do a stream, like, without checking something on my phone. Like, right now it's irritating me, like, I don't know. I heard my mom's phone ring, and I'm like, I need to go check to see who that was calling. Like, I don't know. But I don't feel like dealing with that shit right now. And I'm like, my mind has been everywhere where I'm getting my own stuff confused, forgetting stuff. It's just like, I'm not used to dealing with like a lot of stuff, and I am dealing with a lot of stuff right now. We're trying to get everything fixed and all that. And I'm trying to pull myself out of this mood thing I'm in. Like, this month has just been all over the place for me. Energy wise, mood wise, and stuff like that. Like, I've had like what I'm gonna call an ear infection, because the earache does not last for 2 damn weeks. This thing lasted for 2 damn weeks. My whole ear right here was hurting, like right behind this little earlobe thing, all even up in here. It was basically like a V right here on the ear. You make a small little V circle in your ear, and it was coming all the way down to my throat, all the way down to here. That's no earache. That's an ear infection caused by possibly sinuses. Because when my sinuses drain, I feel them coming down right in here. And like right down through my throat and stuff. That's how I feel my sinuses when they're draining. And I know when they're draining into my throat, my stomach. So yeah. And I even have like sinus infections sometimes, where it don't matter on how hard or soft I blow. Like I blow when I have to blow my nose, I blow it the same way every single time, just like everybody else. You have your own system of blowing your nose, and we all know how it is. And the way I blow my nose, I used to never have any blood coming out my nose. I only say this because one of my friends told me that, well, you're only having blood coming out of your nose because you blow too hard. Why the hell did it just start when I moved back into my grandmother's house again? And my grandmother's house, the one she did have before DHR removed her, had a lot of mold and mildew in it. And why I only start having blood come out with my snot sometimes, I only start up when I started when I started living there. Like, you can't tell me that's not a damn infection. Like, that has never happened to me. And yes, it has gotten better since I moved out of that house. But I still have it happening from time to time. Not as much as it was while I was living in the house, but I still have it from time to time. So no, like it's not the way I blow my nose. It's not on how hard I blow my nose either. Because if it was that, then I would have been having that issue back in high school. So, like, yeah. And if y'all seriously want to see my room, I will. Okay. Yeah, I gotta go grab some movies to sit back on my shelf that's downstairs. But I have a lava lamp, um, a little plate that says trick or treat, and like several little Halloween joke things sitting up there too. The two pictures on either side of my movie case I found at the thrift store. The netting that's up behind all that stuff. Yeah, all up there. Was bought at Halloween time from a dollar store, and it's supposed to be one of those little window things that you hang across your curtains and stuff to make it look a little spookier, and it's like really loose, tight material to where you can just pull it all loose and there'll be a whole bunch of strings and you can't get it back together. Yeah, the coffin shape. Um, that is a chalkboard that's shaped like a coffin. I got at Michael's for like 15 or $20. I never bought any chalk for it, but I should have to like possibly try and draw on and stuff like that. And that right there was bought by my brother for me from Our Lady of Lourdes. I posted the videos of it. I mean, I've done so many clips that day I had to break it down to like 4 or 5 different videos. And I put a little bow tie that was that I had for years that he got from it was on if y'all have ever been to Cracker Barrel, they had like this Halloween theme, really humongous lollipop for Halloween once, and they had that twisted onto the lollipop, and I saved it. I'm like, it'd be cute to decorate something or put as decoration on, so I put it on that one. Yeah, that is basically my background, and then of course you got let's see. That which holds clothes and other odds and ends, with a picture that I need to hang up again to, yeah, yeah. That is my closet, which I should have shut the door first, with some pictures behind the closet door. What's sitting on the little thing with the picture leaning on it. It has like Bath and Body Works stuff, like all my sprays, lotions, a candle that I was burning, and behind that that is actually a bandana that I found at a thrift store. It's a Halloween thing, bandana and stuff. Yeah. And this looks like a big ass room, but it's not. Like, well, I guess you can call it the. It is technically a master bedroom. Um, yeah. Okay, I'll go check out that video later. Still got several videos to watch from yesterday. Like, I do like this. It is kind of fun streaming and talking. I wish people would come in and talk because I can't always talk all the damn time. In some of those 30-minute videos I've done, I legit recorded like only a few clips throughout my day of random things that just hit my head, and I came up with like 20-30 minute videos of me just randomly talking at home. That's how I do it. Like, because I mean, I can't get out. No car, no driver's license, no way to get a driver's license because family says that they're willing to help, but they never do. Story of my life. I only have like one family member that's willing to help me, but then she gets her son involved, which is my uncle, and yeah, he's like, I don't want her coming over there anymore because of her health and because of the kids always standing out in the middle of the road staring at you. Like, okay, if you would just have looked at her health, I would be like, okay, that's fine. But at the end of the day, even if he would just have looked at her health issues, she should have been the one to bring it up to us, not him. Then he throws in the kids, and I'm like, really? Like, that right there shows me that you don't approve of it at all. And then the simple fact that when we first moved here 4 years ago, his ass has the audacity to go behind our backs and talk crap about this place and on how much we're not going to like living here. Only because of what he's seen of the place, like. But yet, if he didn't think we weren't gonna like living here, why couldn't he have talked to us about it instead of letting us hear it from, like, we heard it from my grandmother. Like, half my family is like, looks down on us because, well, hell, all of our family looks down on us from both sides. Looks down on us because we had to live in government apartments. They think, and I was raised with the same damn mindset, so I want y'all to be reminded of this. And this is why I can speak on it so much, because I was raised in this environment. Not in the government apartments. Me and my mom lived with my grandmother, which is her mom. And their basic mindsets are, it's shameful to be on food stamps, because if you can't provide for your family, then you're basically worthless. And same goes for government apartments. And if you have both, then you're less than shit. Like, the shit that comes out of somebody's body is more important than what you are, basically, because at least it can refertilize nature and make things grow. Like, so you're basically non-existent in their mind. And one half will downright not deal with you. And that's my mom's side. That's why, but beyond my cousins and my aunt and uncle on my mom's side of the family, I can't tell you shit about my extended family on my mom's side. Like, I met my cousin Courtney once. And I don't even remember meeting her as a kid, but she apparently did because she's older than me. I'm like, yeah, and I made this comment. I'm like, yeah, I'm not the angel that I used to be. This bitch is gonna be like, you never was an angel. Like, what the fuck? That's my mom's side of the family. And then, too, when my great grandmother was alive, um, she got taken away from my aunt by extended family and put in a nursing home. And they're going to accuse my aunt of losing my great grandmother's false teeth. My great grandmother had dementia. And at the time, my aunt was like going through her cancer treatments at that time. That she was holding, that she was keeping my grandmother, my great grandmother, and stuff like that. And she also had two boys that was in and out of jail too, and hopped up on drugs in high school. Well, I can't technically say high school. Well, they were high school dropouts. So am I. Okay, but like drug addicts, high school dropouts. Their mom had cancer. The great grandmother had dementia. And my aunt was still trying to provide, at least trying to keep food on the table for everybody, dealing with her own stuff, which she shouldn't have had to be dealing with, and then to be accused of losing my great grandmother's teeth. Like, if you're that concerned about teeth and you're bringing it up 4 or 5 months after the teeth was like, no, it was more than 6 months. This was like 6 months to a year after they took her from my aunt, and we just randomly bumped into them in the store, and they're gonna bring that shit up and saying, yes, she's still missing her teeth. Well, if you was that fucking concerned about her not having teeth, why didn't you buy her new fucking teeth? Like, if you're that fucking concerned about it, why didn't you buy her new damn teeth instead of just not letting her have teeth at all? What? That's my mom's side of the family. They're not willing to do anything extra. They just want to put blame on people that actually lost stuff. And not provide the best care for other people. They don't want to deal with them, so if they're too much to handle, stick them in a nursing home. And not worry about it. And then they're going to come out with all these accusations saying that, yeah, my grandmother beat her mom. But yeah, I was in middle school when all this was happening. When my grandmother was actually taking care of her mom. My grandmother would get like, when my aunt would go give my grandmother a few hours break and stuff, my grandmother would come home with bruises and bumps on her head that my great grandmother caused. But oh no, my great grandmother couldn't have possibly have done that. Okay, she has dementia. People with dementia, it's hard for them to even recognize their own family. And anybody that knows anything about any form of mental illness, including like dementia, they do get violent, especially if they're not sure of who they're talking about or their surroundings. They will get violent, at least in some cases, because I only knew about my great grandmother having it. My great grandmother always got violent, and she would always lock my grandmother out of the house and stuff. And it's just like not that great for that stuff. But y'all can already form y'all's own, like, with what I'm saying, like, I've already came from the black sheep side of the family anyway. And then, if you look at it, my side, like, my mom and grandmother are the black, and my aunt and my uncle was always like the black sheep of the bigger main family of extended family. They was always the black sheeps of the family. And in that smaller group, I was the black sheep of the family because excuse me. Because for one, I am a goth. I love to wear the darker colors on the spectrum, and yeah, apparently I was the freak on that smaller group of family. And I'm the same way on my dad's side of the family. I couldn't really tell you all my extended family on my dad's side of the family because they apparently never invited me to any family reunions, which happens once a year. So I don't know any extended family. My cousins on that side don't even talk. Hell, none of my cousins on either side talk to me. Neither side of the family is willing. They're all willing to talk bad about that me and my mom's on food stamps and that me and my mom are living in government apartment and basically treat us like shit for living like this. And like and it's like, that's how come I don't know anybody on my extended family. So like, if I bump into somebody from my mom's side, and if they're like, "Are you her daughter?" I'm like, "Yeah, who are you?" And if they're like, "Oh, I'm her cousin from this person," I'm like, "Okay, I don't know you and I don't know that person." That's how it is. And that's the sad part. And they're always like, "Well, how are y'all doing?" And I go into detail about what's been going on, and they're like, "Oh, bless your little heart," and shit like that. I'm like, fuck you. If you really cared about us and really wanted to, like, now I'm not saying that about my uncle on my dad's side, because he did help us he did buy us a car once, and we still gotta pay him back for it. Now that's the only help that we've had since we moved here. And he helped us move in. And that's when he was all judgmental about and going behind our back and telling his mom, saying, "Oh, I don't think they're gonna like living there." Like, granted, I know people go through family issues that's a lot worse than what I am, but still, these are supposed to be Christian people doing this too. Like, yeah. Christian now. I want y'all to remember that word. They're Christians. Like, you'd think if they're Christians that they would try to help out when they could. I've only had one family member do that in the past 4 years. Well, technically, my grandmother on my dad's side, she was taking us to the store and stuff. So, until my uncle stepped in and put a stop to that. Just saying. But, yeah, they're just like, well, they drowned. They're not going to be taking us with us. We're not asking y'all to financially support us all the damn time. We just need a damn ride to the damn store, but nobody's wanting to help. Like, well, fuck y'all. Like, I'll continue to, like, ask friends for rides and stuff and tell them that, oh, my family's not willing to help us go to the store. Like, they put a stop to it, to at least one family member coming in and taking us to the store. Like, if y'all want to be remembered as doing that shit, then be my fucking guest. Like, we're not really doing, we're not gonna be sitting here begging y'all to do that shit for us if y'all are gonna take a nasty ass fucking attitude about it. So, like, I don't give a fuck if I end up looking like the bad person here. I really don't. Like, they can kiss my ass. That's how come for the past 2 years I've turned down going to family get togethers on my dad's side of the family because I just don't feel like hearing their mouths. Because every time I hear them say something, I hear them being, I like read between the lines of them being condescending and then too, somebody in my family, they're like, yeah. And then the younger cousins, they're like, we get to do this and we get to that. And one of them's like, I get to go to my dad's lake house this weekend. Like, really? She, like, flaunts shit over people. Like, so fucking what if your real dad has a fucking lake house and is willing to let you come? Like, that ain't all that fucking important and shit. And I'm just like, I'm done with this shit. That's why I'm done with fucking family. Like, if I make it rich and they're wanting help, like, if we strike it rich, pay my uncle back, give them a little extra money, give my dad's mom give her some money too. And then after that, I'm done with them. Like, if y'all want extra money, nope, we done paid y'all off. Hands are clean. That's what I'm gonna be like. Like, I gave y'all, I'm like, you wasn't asking for money, but we gave you money anyway. For what you did for us. Taking us to the store and stuff. We paid you back for the car that you bought for us. We gave you extra money than what you actually paid for the car. And now y'all wanting extra money? No. We paid our debt off. Like, hands are clean now. Ain't got nothing else to do with y'all. And then we could always, and we've already got it mapped out, we're going to either buy a nice house or buy our own land and have our own new house built. Depends on how much money we have. But after that, and we'll be getting my mom's eyes fixed, her teeth fixed. We'll be getting at least 2 cars so each of us can have a transportation and be done with it. And I'll get a cell phone because, yeah, I have a cell phone here, but if you look at it, I don't know if it'll show. I might have to turn down the brightness on it. Here. Let's see if I can actually get it. If you see, like, right over there, it shows no service. And let's see. And if I turn off the Wi-Fi, nothing. And it's emergency calls only. So, just so y'all see, I don't even have a phone at the moment. Like, I have to work off the Wi-Fi just to get anything off this phone. But I'll get my own phone with the data plan and stuff like that. Not even worry about giving my number to family. Like, I do have an app. I have the Talk You app for a phone number and stuff. And, like, I'm fine for using that for right now. Like, all I gotta do is watch video ads and stuff like that for the credits. And it's like, for 1 minute worth of call, it's like 0.90 credits. That's almost 1 full credit. Which, that's like that's almost considered to be like 90 cents for a minute. I can easily make one credit in like one or two videos. And like I could like right now I got like 700 credit, like 725, no 700.25 credits. Because I don't really call anybody. I legit really do not call anybody. And there's only like 3 people that's got that phone number. 3 people now. No, take that back. 4 people. 4 people have my number. Only 4 people now. I want y'all to think about that. And one of them's my mom. That's the only family that has my number. Is my mom. Now keep that in mind. With all the shit that I told y'all about my family. So. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, I'm just sitting here like, this has turned into one of those videos where I just bitch about everything because I need somewhere to go vent. And I currently have nobody to vent to. When everybody else does. Like, yeah. It's hard for me to make friends anyway because, for one, they don't believe me about my family until they see it up close. And this one girl that's kind of, I halfway talked, like I haven't talked to this girl in months. She's trying to get in touch with me. But she ain't officially trying to get in touch with me. She's using another one of our mutual friends that don't have, I'm just going, at this point, I'm going to call her and call them acquaintances because none of them have my number. They're on my Facebook page, but I rarely get on. I don't even post shit on my Facebook anymore. I get on my Facebook like once every few months. I don't even post anything. I just look through the feed. I don't even repost or like that many things. Like I like cat pictures and stuff like that, but that's it. I'm not even on Facebook like that. So but our but it's just like, what's the point of giving them my number when I don't even talk to them? And I mean, on my old phone, when I did have a working phone and stuff, I did give it out to this girl that's been saying, this other person's wanting you to get in touch with them. I gave her my number, but she never used it. She never used my number. Like, that's fine. I won't do it again, though. Unless she really wants to be talking to me and stuff. But she's pregnant, so she ain't going to really be wanting to talk to me at the moment. Like, because she's got her own life. And her own friends out in Texas now. So, like, they're just acquaintances that I sometimes randomly talk to. It's all casual. Like, we was all friends in school, but now it's just, nah. And I only have one friend from high school and stuff. This is how long it's been since I've been on Facebook. I don't even have Facebook Messenger on my phone. I think she messaged me at the beginning of the month to say on how I was. Or maybe the middle of the month, I don't know. Like, it's sad that I can't even remember. And, like, I still haven't even opened her message. Like, granted, I'm on my laptop right now using it, but I don't even get on Facebook Messenger anymore to talk to anybody. Like, last time I opened up my Facebook out on my phone, I think it said I had like 3 messages on there. Don't know when the hell that happened. Don't know who they're from. Well, I know one who where one message came from, but the other 2, I'm like, I can't even remember on who fucking messaged me for the other 2 messages. That's how rare I get on fucking Facebook at this point. If I can't even remember, if I can only remember 1 of 3 people that messaged me that still has unopened messages, then I don't use Facebook. Not even for personal use anymore. Like, because every time I get on Facebook, I get like really depressed because I see on how happy everybody else is, or on how happy they want to portray themselves as being on Facebook. And I'm like, I get super fucking depressed because I'm sitting here all fucking miserable and shit. Can't even get out of my damn house. And it just makes me feel like shit. So I don't even get on Facebook. Because, I mean, what's the point? Like, I don't feel like dealing with that shit. Like, I cannot be sitting here all damn depressed, thinking of how if I had money, I might be treated different, knowing that I wouldn't. So, yeah. And, like, I'm just, I can't. I'm sorry, people. I just can't. Not anymore. Alright. I've been on here for like almost an hour and 4 minutes now. And the only viewer that said that I ever had was when I was checking my stuff on my phone. Like I have so much shit going on, and it's affecting me to the point to where I've already been told that I need to be checked for bipolar depression and shit because I'm showing signs of bipolar depression. And that got me into looking into videos about it, and I've just found somebody last night and watched their video. It was comparing borderline and bipolar stuff, and she's supposed to be a licensed psychologist and stuff on YouTube. And from her thing, it sounds more like I got borderline personality disorder over bipolar, but what do I know? I'm not a therapist. So I could possibly have both of those plus anxiety. Like, I could have either bipolar depression or borderline personality disorder and possibly anxiety too, because I can't be in crowds. Like, my anxiety is more of social stuff, so it's just like, I'm fucked up, and nobody wants to be around a fucked up person that refuses to take medication. Just saying. No, take that back. They do, it's just they don't like me. Which I'm like, I'm fine. If you don't want to be around me, fuck off. Find somebody else. Because I got too much shit to worry about for myself to have to be worrying about trying to please somebody else that don't even like me. So, on that note, yeah. And, well, damn, I don't even, yeah, I did a stream last week Sunday, or this past Sunday, even though it crapped out on me. I might be streaming through the Streamlabs, this coming up Sunday, because, yeah, it was lagging out really bad on mine, where just like, I took a break to go use the bathroom, and I come back and my stream was stopped, because apparently we was having issues because of the damn weather. So, yeah. I'm just like, at this point, I'm over it. I am legit over every little fucking thing. That's why I don't have that many people in my life. And one of the two friends that I do know, I'm thinking about just not even calling one of them friends anymore because I barely even hear from this person anymore since, yeah. If they watch this, then they'll know who it is. Like, I know well, damn. I know like several she's, um, that I still kind of toss into the friend category. And the thing is, all my female friends, they're either starting a family or they just had started a family, just had like a kid and stuff, and they've all got like jobs and stuff, and they don't really have time during the day to talk and stuff. And I get that. Don't get me wrong. I get that. I understand that. I had jobs, and I know how stressful it can be. So I get that, but I personally know this person's schedule. Well, not every little detail, but I know what days they work and stuff, and I'm just like, you just, like, it started out fine, like, we'd still be talking, like, at least once a week, but now we don't even talk once a week, and like I said, last time I heard from, like, any of my female friends was either, well, I know one of them, the last time I heard from her was, like I said, one of them I've heard from at the beginning of the month. The other one was either the beginning of the month or halfway through the month of November this year. And then, like, the one that's been trying to get in touch with me, I haven't talked to her in like 3 or 4 months. And then the fourth one, it's been about 2 months, like 2 or 3 months since I've talked to her. Like, come on now. I mean, I could reach out and stuff, but, like, I know one of them's done reached out to me. And another one's kind of sort of trying to reach out to me through other people, which I'm like, I just shut that down quick. Like, no, if she wants to get in touch with me, like, I can't keep installing apps on my phone that's going to freeze up my phone because I don't have that much space on my phone. And if you don't have enough space on your phone, then it tends to freeze up. And I'm like, no, I cannot do that. Like, I can't get in touch with her because I have no apps that she, like, all the apps that she uses to contact me with, I cannot have on my phone. So I can't get in touch with her. Plain and simple. So I just shut that down altogether and haven't heard a peep about getting in touch with her since. So, like, and for the other people, I can easily, like, one of them, she ended up sending me a message on Facebook. I eventually got on like 3 or 4 days later, and it was like, hey, I'm pregnant. And I'm like, congratulations. And that's the last thing we've ever said. No communication since. I'm like, I could reach out, but don't feel like reaching out and having. Because, see, she also knows this other girl that's been trying to reach out to me through other people. And I'm like, I don't want to open up that door just in case that it happens with that. And I'm like, no. That's why I just can't deal with people in general because I will go around looking at it and it's like with these people that I personally know, it's like we've all got our own issues and it's like we bring shit up and then it like sets off something in my mind and it just like flips a damn switch and I'm just like, I can't. Like, that's why I'm just like, I've only really and truly talked to one friend anymore. Like, that's the truth. Because there are some people that when I talk to them, the last few times I talked to certain people, I feel like I'm being rushed. Like they're trying to rush through their conversation with me, and I'm like, I can't. Like, they always stress about having a very open and communicative relationship and always talking to each other and stuff, but when I try to make an effort to live up to their standards or their main idealistic standards, because our standards are all idealistic, like, is what we need out of people. And I'm the type of person that I don't need to always talk to somebody. Like, I'm better left off alone. And that's the way I want, that's the type of people I want in my life. Like, I try to make it work with people that love to always talk all the time, 24/7. And, like, at least have a proper, in their terms, proper conversations and a proper friend relationship and stuff where you talk almost every day and stuff. But me personally, like, every time I try to reach out to those people, because I have several people like that, it's like half the time I feel like I'm being rushed. And when they call me, I feel like they're calling me just to try to be like, hey, I was just checking on you, but I gotta go do this right quick. And I gotta go. Like, I feel rushed when it's like that, but yet they're still wanting to, like, keep some form of communication going. And I'm like, no, if my way of thinking of a proper conversation is you don't rush people off the phone, especially if you want to have a good thing. And like, I was planning to go to Florida with some people, and it turns out like I hate to disappoint my brother about this because I I haven't even told him like I don't think we're gonna be going to Florida because I can't, like, the people that I was hoping that we'd be able to go to Florida with, I can't even get in good contact with them. Like, so I'm like, Florida's pretty much out of the question at this point because he don't have a car and he don't have a license, just like I don't have my license and I don't have a car. So we won't be able to get to Florida. And my mom won't be able to save any money to go to Florida as long as we're spending extra fucking money on damn Ubers. And right now, our apartment complex hasn't even had the building inspectors out to inspect our new laundry room that was added with the renovations. So we're having to spend extra money to go to a damn laundromat because we have like $20 or $40 on our wash card for our apartment complex laundry area, and we can't get money off of that to go, so we're having to take out extra money just to go wash our clothes and our towels and stuff like that. And it's just like we can't save for it because of all this crap. I don't know how we're going to, like, at this point, I don't even know how we're all going to pay for a Florida trip. Like, it was supposed to be, like, because my mom's wanting to go to Florida, too. And she was, like, going to pay for it. And without a proper ride, and, like, I don't even know if we're going to be able to go. Like, I don't know. At this point, I'm going to say we're not going to Florida. Because one, we don't have a ride. Two, we haven't even begun to save for a place. Three, I haven't even booked a hotel because, like, with me barely even talking to a lot of these people, that's always like, yeah, we'll go to Florida, but yet when I try to make plans with y'all ain't even one to, like, really talk to me about the plans, and then we're basically having to find other ways and pay, like, $20 damn just to get to the fucking store. Like, and granted, I know they got their own lives and stuff, and, like, this is why I'm trying to say, well, that, because I know one time I posted on Facebook about something. This has happened to me on, like, 2 separate occasions, where I'd post something on social media, and people would read into it like I was talking about them. Okay, fine. If you want to think that, then I'm already at the point where, like, if you're willing to think that I'm talking about you, then fine, fuck it. Like, let you think I'm talking about you. I don't give a damn at this point. That's my mental state, okay? So, if I get anybody that comes and watches this live stream that I personally know, and you feel like I'm talking about you or something like that, then fuck off. Don't even bother talking to me at this point. Because I ain't got time to be, like, trying to explain how I feel, because if you really and truly cared, then where the fuck were you when I've been basically laying on my damn couch for half the fucking month, okay, people? That's my fucking mental state this whole damn month, okay? Like, I haven't had any energy to do shit this whole damn month. Like, so I'm like, fuck it, y'all wanna go down Florida, find y'all's own fucking way at this point, because I ain't gonna, because the hotels that, my mom's not willing to leave one of our cats behind. So we gotta personally book the hotel in, like, months in advance for a date. And I'm barely even hearing from the people that's wanting to go to fucking Florida. At least one person, because I mean, like, hell, I want to go to Florida with, like, 2 people. Not including my mom. It's going to be like, it was going to be 5 people going. The only 2 people that there's only 2 people out that is going to be me, my mom, like 3 other people. I'm only hearing from one of the other people. Like, I'm only hearing from one person that was wanting to go with us. And my mom's wanting to take one of her cats with us, because she don't want to leave her behind. So I had to this cannot be a spontaneous trip. So that means we're going to have to book in advance, save up money. But if, like I said, I can't even really have a proper conversation with, I've only had, with all these so-called friends, I've only had proper conversation with one person. One friend. So how is everybody going to say, let's go do this together, but then I don't hear shit from you, or I feel like I'm being rushed off the damn phone? Like, I'm not going to book a damn hotel, and then y'all say, oh, I'm sorry, we can't go, because y'all are bringing y'all's cat. Like, I'm not going to waste my mom's money like that. Like, y'all want me to do so much, like, come out of character for myself, like, be somebody that I'm not, just to be able to talk to y'all. And like I said, I have several friends that are like this. And, like, if y'all want me to be somebody that I know I'm not, and then call me out for it, then y'all can fucking kiss this Florida trip goodbye, because I'm not doing that shit. Like, I'm not about to sit here and plan a whole fucking trip for us over the damn weekend for y'all to fucking back out. And trust me, I've had friends fucking back out of shit plenty of fucking times. So I'm not about to be going around doing that shit. I'm not. So, yeah, no. I'm not. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm not doing that shit. Because right now, I'm not mentally prepared to have a fucking job, because I don't have no fucking energy to do shit. And I don't feel like dealing with bullshit at work, because the only job that wants me to work, I'll quit because I felt like I was being treated just like my own fucking family treated me. And they don't. And if you have any fucking jobs, then y'all know that nobody wants to deal with. Nobody wants y'all to bring family shit into y'all's job place. But I feel like at this particular job, there are some people that are still there that talk down to me like my family does, and that's gonna make me act like I do towards my family. And it has, and it's gotten me in trouble for that shit. So I'm not going back to a job like that. I'm sorry, I refuse to. Cause I don't want no part of my fucking family. And if you're gonna be sitting there letting another fucking manager treat me like my family does, then I'm not going back. I'm sorry, I love the GM that wants me to come back, but hell no, they gotta clean out the majority of the fucking crew there. Because, no. Like, I can't. I refuse to. And see, I got a notification about Facebook. I'm not even gonna click on it. I'm just swipe off fucking Facebook, because Facebook makes me fucking miserable. I got on Facebook at the beginning of the month, which caused this whole I didn't feel like I said, I spent a lot of if y'all go look at my damn Twitch, y'all can see that I haven't even streamed that much, and I love games. And to be honest with y'all, I've only streamed several times this month. I streamed once at the beginning of the month with my earache. And my earache had me literally laying down on the couch the majority of the time for about the first 2 damn weeks of November. And then, this second half, I've just been feeling sick, and I feel like I haven't had no type of energy to do shit. Not even to clean my own damn apartment, okay? That's how bad it is for me. But the minute one of these so-called friends that I've been saying, the minute if they ever watch this, they're gonna be like, "Whoa, were you talking about me in that video?" They're just gonna be focused on if I was talking about them or not. And it's like, okay, so y'all just focus on if I was talking about y'all during the video, but y'all ain't gonna be focusing on the sheer fact that I'm having some sort of mental issue here. It's I tend to mentally break down from shit, and it gets to a point to where I just can't keep it in, and it comes out like this. I'm sorry. And this may be the reason why I've been told that I need to be checked out for bipolar depression. Because if you go back in my videos, you'll see you'll see a whole bunch of videos where I'm all happy and stuff. then you'll see a few intermittent videos to where I'm just like in tears crying over bullshit. Like, and y'all seen me, like, the majority of this fucking stream, I was happy, like, and now I can't stop crying, like, something's obviously wrong, but yet, people just want to focus on themselves. And I seem to attract those type of people, and I'm just like, that's why I don't deal with fucking people. Like, I can barely stand being in here in this apartment all day, every day with just one fucking person. Like, how do you expect me to go out and get a fucking job and deal with other fucking people? So, of course, my family's looking down on me about that because I can't hold a damn job. But yeah, at every fucking... Well, there's only been like 2 jobs that didn't treat me like my family does. Okay, I've had like 6 or 7 different types of jobs. And I only had like 2 jobs that didn't treat me like family. Like my family does. So that means at least 4 or 5 different jobs has treated me like shit. And that's another reason why I feel like I can't hold a job, because if they're gonna treat me like my family does, then what's the point of being there? And I get looked down about that too, like, you can't keep a fucking job. And that's like a whole nother damn story about bullshit in my life. Which, like, what's the damn point? Like, people, like, I just got a lot of shit from people that think they know what's best for me, when they just care about what they can see, and that's not fair. Like, and like this one dude, I'm like, him and his team was installing new cable lines in our apartment, and I legit went off on his ass because they didn't tell me. For one, the maintenance people here came up into my apartment, didn't even give me time to fully get down the stairs before they left my apartment. All they say is maintenance, and they go and saying that some people is gonna be working in our apartment today, and they leave. This is what started the whole set off of that damn day. He leaves our apartment locked. When I heard him leave, I thought that he locked our door. I was about to go to fucking bed again. Go back to bed because I was tired. I didn't get to bed until like 3 or 4 o'clock that morning. They was here at 8, 9 o'clock that morning. I was still fucking exhausted. Because I have issues sleeping. Like, I wake up if I don't have some form of noise or anything, I'll wake up every hour or so. Because, like, I just can't sleep. Simple fact, I cannot sleep at night. Or ever that much. Because if I don't get into a good deep sleep, any little noise will wake me up. And then, it's like, I was trying to catch up on sleep because I haven't been sleeping that good lately at that time, because, for one, I just had finally gotten my bed back about a month or 2 before this happened. Well, hell, not even that. It was probably about 2 weeks to a month before this thing happened And it's like, I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll deal with this shit. And good thing I went downstairs and didn't go back to bed. Found that they left my apartment door unlocked. That pissed me off. Because you don't fucking come into somebody's apartment, have the person that lives in that damn apartment tell you to hold on. Hold on does not mean leave their fucking apartment door unlocked and you're gone. That means stand there and wait until they can see on who the fuck you are. In the first damn place. The second damn place, these Spectrum people come in, they don't even tell me what the fuck. They're just like, oh, we're just adding some new cable line. They fucking moved my bookshelf without even fucking telling me. Then when I noticed that, that's when I really went off. And I'm like, look, I've been diagnosed with bipolar. I'm like, look, I've been diagnosed with anxiety. I've been told I needed to be checked out for bipolar depression because I'm showing signs of bipolar depression. And y'all better, like, I just blurted out, I'm like, somebody better put my fucking bookshelf back in place before y'all even fucking, like, without even fucking up my books. And he's like, I know you wasn't talking to me. I'm like, and by this time, my mom was here. I'm like, no, I'm talking to whoever's fucking listening, because he wasn't the only other fucking person in there. It was me, him, and my mom in the same damn room. And I didn't say any names, and I personally bit his head off. I'm like, I'm talking to whoever's fucking listening. All I know is my bookshelf better be put back without any of my books falling off. And me and him got into the whole thing, and he was like, oh, you're just using that so-called bipolar depression just to act out. And I'm like, oh, so you're basically saying that bipolar depression is just an excuse to act out? No, the hell it's not. If y'all know anything about mental illness, it is not a form of acting out. It's not an excuse to act out. It is a way to... Mental illness is so hard on the people who have it. It's like an invisible disease that people just throw off as like, oh, it's an excuse for people to act on how they feel. No, it's not. Because I mean, one of these YouTubers I've watched, her name's Lee Mouse, she was talking about depression and stuff, and her anxiety, and she was like, you wouldn't tell somebody that has back problems or somebody that's got a heart condition, oh, come on, let's go ride this roller coaster, you'll be fine, your back will be fine, your heart will be fine. You wouldn't tell that to them, but the majority of people look at it with like mental illness and stuff like anxiety, bipolar, DID, stuff like that. They're like, oh, that's just an excuse. And for DID people, they're like, oh, that's just an excuse to like dress up like little kids or act like a different person, like role players do. But that's not the case. Like, and all these like mental illness people, all they're trying to do is get out the nest just saying, just stop treating us like we're doing this to like act out and get attention, because nobody with mental illness does shit for as an excuse to act how they want to. Like, I can tell y'all personally, like, I know I'm fucked up mentally. Like, mentally, I'm not all there. And I don't use it as an excuse. Like, I told the Spectrum dude, like, I don't want to be like this. And everybody that's got a mental illness that has had that, oh, you're just using it as an excuse to act out. Like, nobody uses that as a fucking excuse to act out. Because if it was our choice, we wouldn't have these mental issues. We wouldn't. And that's why I told him, like, I don't want to be like this. Like, if it was my choice, I wouldn't be like this. And for you to say that I'm using it as just a fucking excuse to act out and stuff, that's fucked up on your damn part. And you shouldn't have a fucking job where you deal with people that could possibly have mental illness. Like, that's why I was trying to get to him. And it's like, all he could focus on was, oh, I don't like to see a woman cry. That, to me, sounds like he just missed my point entirely. Which, to me, isn't right for people just to miss the point completely. And I think this is where, in school and stuff, I could deal with my dad's side of the family and stuff. But not my mom's side, because they basically treat me like a damn freak show or something. just because because I still am a goth. And because I like the darker spectrum, I was like the black sheep of the family, and nobody really wants to deal with me on that side. And now they are like looking at me like, on my dad's side, like I'm just not wanting to work, but they don't want to know why I don't want to work. Like, why I can't get out and properly socialize with other people. And it hurts me that people are so ignorant about stuff, and this is why I haven't even been to see a damn therapist. Because I know how my family's gonna react from both sides of my mom's side and my dad's side. They're gonna look at me like I'm nothing but a fucking freak because I go to see a damn therapist because I'm mentally ill, and to them, mentally ill people should have their own place like they used to do with like the mental world, the asylums and stuff, where they put all the mentally challenged kids and adults in that hospital and just forget about them. Like, that's how I feel from both sides of my family. Like, that's why I don't go to therapy. Which I know I need to be in therapy for this shit. Because it would help me out so much. But that stigma of from both sides of my family saying that I basically would probably need to be locked up in an asylum has fucked me up even worse. To where I don't even think I'll be able to be fixed by anything. And that's the sad part. And most people, I hate to say it, but the majority of people look at mental illness like it's an excuse to do whatever. And I'm just tired of it. And yet, it's upset me a lot because I go through shit. And I feel like I've been going through shit my whole damn life, like everybody else, and it's just like hit me harder than what normal people get hit by and stuff. And I refuse, like, I know if I go to like therapy or psychiatrist or something, that they would stick me on medication, and I refuse to take medication. Because, for one, in this one psychiatrist video that I watched this morning at like 4 something, she said, yes, sometimes, like, bipolar medicine does not work and it messes the person up even worse. And yeah, when you're messing with somebody's brain chemistry like that, like, I don't want anybody to be like, oh, they stuck her on the wrong medication and it fucked her up. And then that's gonna be like, why were you even taking that medication in the first place? And all I would have to say is, oh, my doctor said that I had to take it. And it's like, that'll raise questions in my family's minds. And half my family would be like, then they'll be like, why did you take it in the first place? But yet they're all behind supporting doctors and doing what the doctor says. Like, you can't be going and doing that shit. I'm sorry. Like, I hate the double standards that I've seen personally within my own family group. So nobody can tell me that don't exist. Because I've seen that double-edged sword of judgment is out there. And this life is already hard enough without people judging you. That's why I'm just like, I'm fine with being by myself. Like, if I would go off into the woods, live in a cabin, I'll be fine with just seeing one person, like, maybe one person a month, just to pick up food and supplies. And I'll be fine for the rest of the month, being by myself, alone, locked up in the damn woods. I'm fine with that now. Like, if you had talked to me maybe 15 years ago, I'd be like, no, I don't want to be locked up in no damn cabin by myself. But that's how I've changed in like the past 15 years, like, because with the shit that I've been going through this month. Hell, for the past few months. Um, to be honest with y'all, if I was going through this shit that I have been for the past few months, if I was dealing with all this shit like 15 years ago, I'd be dead. Because, yes, I was suicidal. I almost killed myself at one point in high school. Because that's how fucked up I am. Family never got me help. Mom was like, yeah, I suspected that you was cutting yourself. Like, okay, why didn't you get me any medical help when you suspected it? When I told my mom that I used to cut myself, she was like, yeah, I suspected. But I told you I was cutting myself in high school, and you're just gonna be like, oh, I suspected? Okay, if you suspected that I was cutting myself in high school, why the hell was I not seeing a damn therapist back then? And I know exactly why, because my grandmother was in a psychiatric ward for a whole damn week because she went ballistic during her divorce. And it's like, I know, like, if my grandmother spent a week locked up in a psych ward, I know there's some hereditary mental illness going on in our family. And the worst part is, nobody talked about it. That gets me back to the whole point of both sides of my family don't believe in talking about that stuff. They believe that you should do that quietly and get, like, you shouldn't even be talking about mental illness out in public ever. And I want that shit to change. A lot more people are starting to come out saying that they want that shit to change. And I don't blame them. Like, nobody should have to deal with the stigmas of mental illness while they're trying to get better. Because a lot of people end up dead because of it. Like, people get bullied in school, they die. Suicide. But a lot of this suicidal stuff doesn't really get talked about that much. Like one of my previous live streams I talked about on how I hate bullies. Bullies cause a lot of kids to commit suicide. Mental illness, if the person is not strong enough to pull themselves out of it, and they got all this negative stuff coming in from like their peers, family, and basically from everywhere, saying like mental illness is an excuse, which a lot of people do say that is an excuse. And there are some people that use mental illness as an excuse. But for the people who actually have it, to have people tell them that all the damn time, like everywhere they go, and from people that know that they have it, yeah, if they're not strong enough to fend off that and they don't have the right support network, yeah, they do kill themselves because they feel like they're worthless. I.e. me. In high school, which was about 15 somewhat, like, I've been out of school for about, I've been dealing with like anxiety issues and feeling like I'm worthless since about middle school, which has been about 15 years ago. And like I said, that one point in high school, I had a razor blade to my wrist. And the only thing that stopped me was a cat. That's the only fucking thing that could stop me in high school, because I didn't even feel loved at home. I felt like I shouldn't. Hell, even at home with my own grandmother that I was living with, told me that she wished that my mom when I've never met my dad and that when I've never been born. She's basically telling me that she hopes I get diabetes and die from it. And I have a cousin that's already told me 2 different times that he wished I'd just kill myself. Like, if I wouldn't have been strong enough to survive that shit, then yes, I would have been dead. And like I've already said that, I had a razor blade to my damn wrist ready to kill myself in high school. And I haven't had any fucking medical help for this shit. And like, people want to say that I'm using mental illness as an excuse. No, a lot of people don't hesitate, not even for animals. It's like, that's how desperate they are just to get away from it all, to where they feel like they gotta just kill themselves just to get away from people. And by that time, it's too late to help them. Like, once they end up killing themselves, if you do not get to them in time to save their life, then then the people around them is gonna be asking, what could we have done wrong, different and stuff, and what did we do wrong? It's the thing about it is they weren't supported enough to the person who really needed it, and hell yeah, you should feel guilty about that shit, because you could have possibly saved that person's life if you wasn't being such a prick about the shit that was going on in their life and stuff. Like, that's why I'm just like upset, because nobody should have to feel like that, and nobody should have to sit here and cry on stream over bullshit that ideologies from like the past should not still be surrounding a lot of different things about bullies, mental illness, and like, hell, people don't even view depression as an illness, but if somebody's depressed enough, even with just simple depression, can make you feel like you're nothing but a piece of shit. And if people are going through even the simplest thing, like simple depression, and if they don't get the right help, then yeah, their depression can turn them suicidal. So we need to bring more attention to what people who surround everybody who suffers from, I don't give a fuck what you suffer from. Like, if you've been diagnosed with DID, bipolar, borderline personality disorder, just plain out depression, anxiety, like, that should be treated just as seriously as somebody with back problems or heart condition and stuff like that. Because I even have a cousin who went off to Iraq during the Obama administration just to work on the military car vehicles over there. He spent about a year, like 6 months to a year overseas doing all that stuff. And when he came back, he had PTSD. And I'm just like, and like, I know, like, I personally can officially say that I know somebody that's been diagnosed with PTSD. And and I know a few people, well, I say I know a few people, but it's people that live in this complex that I kind of sort of talk to from time to time, because and if I ask them about that, they say they kind of act like they got sympathy for those people, but you can tell when they're just saying the words and not really feeling it. And I'm like, I don't even bring up about my cousin being diagnosed with PTSD anymore to anybody, because everybody's just like, yeah, I've heard that story plenty of times. Like, no, don't do that shit. That PTSD needs to be taken serious. Like, every time you hear somebody, like, be more concerned about that person. Like, you need to be more concerned about people. And I'm sorry, I'm seeing a lot of things that are being mentioned in the Bible starting to come true. Like, people are starting to not care about their about other human beings like they should. Um, if you look at what CERN's doing, like they're basically probably going to end up destroying this world at CERN because of what they're using their own stuff for. And for all we know, CERN could be used as the rapture thing that's mentioned in the Bible. Like that, for all we know, that's what it could be used for. And if you look at it in Revelations, it talks about the mark of the beast, and on how it'll be like a chip or a barcode implant, like a chip implanted in like your hand or in the back of your neck, or like a barcode somewhere, to where if you don't have that, then you can't do nothing in this world, because all of your money's gonna be there, all of your identity stuff's gonna be on that chip or in that barcode. Basically, I know I'm going back on TV show, but think about Dark Angel. She was basically kidnapped as a kid or as a baby. I can't remember all the details, but she was a kid at this research facility, and she had a barcode, and all the kids at that research facility had barcodes on the back of their name, and that basically held their whole identity. Once it was scanned, they know exactly who it was, where they was from, basically know their whole life story just from that. And basically, there are already several big companies out there, you can go research it, that are implanting chips either like in the hand right here. Because I don't know how real this is, because I'd take this channel with like a grain of salt. But Apex TV, he deals with time travel. Um, and this one dude that claims to be a time traveler from, like I said, claims to be, because time travel, to my knowledge, has not been proven, is not mentioned in the Bible. So, like, if it is true, then okay, let's keep on moving. We'll deal with it when it comes out, which supposedly by a lot of these people that they feature on their channel says 2028 for time travel technology to be released. But anyway, this one time traveler claiming to be from 2030 has a little chip implanted right here, right in this little skin where, and they even took an X-ray of it. And in the X-ray, you saw it. That on the X-ray, I even saw the video where they X-rayed. I saw a little, what looked like be a little round tubular thing right here where he said chip was. Even with like birth controls, they made these little like time release medicines capsules to put in your arm, like in the bend of your arm. And companies are even doing like microchipping their employees either in their wrist or on their hand. Get microchip implants. And now I know that microchip implants is true because several companies, I don't remember the company's names, but I remember hearing of at least one company here in the States doing it and one company overseas doing it. All facts. Try to find it on the internet, because I remember hearing it and seeing stories about it. Um, and that's in the book of Revelation. So, and I've take a lot of videos on YouTube that talks about the end of the world with a grain of salt, because in the Bible, yes, it does say that a lot of stuff, like we'll never, that the only person that knows the true end times is God. But a lot of people are putting out, it's the end of the world videos, the world will end on this date or this date or this day, and they keep changing it. And this one video that I didn't even click on because I kind of rolled my eyes at this, but it was labeled the world will end in 2028, and that I kind of laughed at that because that kind of makes me think of Apex TV and all the time travelers that he's hosted have been saying that time travel technology will come out in the year 2028. That's the whole point of me bringing up Apex TV. And like I said, I personally don't know anything about time travel. As far as we know, like I said, as far as we know, there is no time travel technology. Nobody can time travel. So until the day that I personally, if that is true about time travel technology coming out in 2028, I'm just saying if it is true, then I'll be like, sign me up. How much is it? Let me see if I can scrounge up some money to go on a time travel, to do some type of time traveling, just to see if it's legitimate. Then I can fully base my opinions on it. But until then, don't know if it's true, don't know if it's fake. I can't base no perfect opinion on it. I can just say what I know now. And to my knowledge, as of right now on this live stream, I can't believe anybody that says that they're a time traveler until I know for a fact that we can do that. And until I know for a fact that I can personally go in time and go to different times and stuff. That's when I will believe in it. Which, granted, is something I'd said, that's completely different than what I've been saying about mental illness and all that, but we know mental illness is real. As the general public of the world, we know mental illness is real. So that, in my mind, is something completely different than time travel. Time traveling, if it is real, and if these people from the future are to be believed, then right now, the only people that are allowed to time travel is special people that has gotten pulled in from military and stuff like that, and it's basically a government run operation if they are telling the truth, which means us as general public people, not military, not anybody that's been pulled into this program across the world, because apparently there's been a few military people that has been from our times, even one from the 80s. And we have one here from the States I know of that's been featured on YouTube. There's somebody from England, a few people from Ukraine and stuff like that. And they all say that, and they've been from the 1980s and the 90s and stuff, when they said that they time travel and stuff. And they've all said that it's government funded stuff. And and if it's funded by the government, and it's basically, if it's true, then that basically means that it's a black ops program. And it's basically going to be funded by off the book money. And they're not going to put it on their books for everybody to see. And that makes it kind of hard for, and that's going to make it harder for people to believe it when it does come out, I believe. Because for one, the governments across the world was working on this behind our back, using the taxpayers' money from each country to fund secret operations, which i.e. is why I'm paranoid about government things now. Like, if it's not open for everybody to see, then I don't think it should be done at all. Like, that's just my opinion. Like, I'd rather, like, the money be going to, like, well, I can't even say this. Because a lot of the things that I want to say that they should cure, the government's probably already got a cure and just not wanting to release it. Because they want to get more tax money from Big Pharma instead of curing all these people. Because, I mean, if you look at it, look at the people who has AIDS. Like, it just kind of sprung up out of nowhere. And everybody's, and I'm one of these, like, people that think the government has something to do with it. Which we know here in America, it is a proven fucking fact that they have, here in America, they have tests done, like some form of illegal testing on, like, I don't know if a lot of people here in America knows this, but it is a known fact to the majority of Alabamians. Yes, I live in Alabama, in Alabama, USA. And the government personally did secret tests on these people down in Tuskegee, Alabama, claiming it was something else. They lied to the people to get them to take this medication. And then, like, years later, the information got declassified, and it wasn't even a thing. It wasn't even anything that they told these people. And even in, like, I don't know if these reports are still out there or not, or they locked the files up again or anything, but basically the only reason why we know that they lied is because the report said that the government fucking lied. Like, so with, like, AIDS, they could, and okay, let me set it up about this. This is why I'm thinking, why I'm saying AIDS was set up by the governments of the world. AIDS, as far as I know, started out in Africa. Yes, Africa has, like, a lot of different races living in there. They got, like, Egyptians, Islamic states, they have whites living there, blacks and all that. But as far as I know, AIDS started out in, like, smaller black communities in Africa. Well, here in Tuskegee, Alabama, where all those people was lied to by the government and was tested upon without their knowledge, Tuskegee, Alabama is a black community here in Alabama. And the government fucking lied to them to conduct illegal tests on them by giving them medicine from Big Pharma. That's why if I ever get properly diagnosed with anything, I will refuse to take medication because Big Pharma and the government are like this. Hell, a fucking couple having sex couldn't be closer than them. That's how close Big Pharma and the damn government are. So, yeah. Like, I don't care if people hate on me for this damn video or not, because, like, people need to know this shit. They really do. Like, a lot of people are just ignorant about everything. Sorry about that. I had to go grab my charger to plug up my phone. Not my phone, but my computer. But it's just like, it's easy to overlook different, like, a lot of this stuff because it's only done, like, sporadically. And, like, if they can create AIDS, then you know that they got the cure for AIDS. But they're not giving it to you because how would they make medicine? Because if you look at it, AIDS is the biggest thing. Besides, like, cancer and stuff like that. Like, they have cures for, like, cancer and AIDS. I know that for a damn fact. But if you look at it, you see more money being donated to, like, help cure cancer. And yeah, I know this is bad to say because I had an aunt that passed away from cancer, and she did everything by the doctor's right, but they ended up just stopped treating her. And I know personally on how much it costs for well, I don't know the exact numbers, but I know it's thousands of dollars just for one half of the cancer treatment. And, like, then you got all these medicines to help support your immune system when you have, like, the radiation and stuff like that. And then if your white blood cells get too low, you gotta go and stay in the hospital so you don't get sick and die from, like, a low blood count. And they give you medicine in the hospitals to help bring up your white blood count. And that's like AIDS. AIDS attacks your immune system. Basically makes your immune system non-existent. And we've had this, when I was in high school, we had this one guy come by and talk to us, and he had AIDS and stuff. And, like, he brought all of his, like, I think it was all of his medicine. And if you know one of these, like, little, well, I say little, but it's like one of these bigger fold-out tables where you had to physically fold out the table and lift it up and stuff onto the legs. Where it's basically like one of those tables that you would see at, like, a family gathering or something. It was a big long table that would be at, like, a bigger family gathering and stuff. But his medicine, all the medicine he brought with him for his AIDS, took up almost all that table. And medicine for AIDS can't be cheap. I don't believe in, like, medicine for that type of stuff being that cheap when you're messing with somebody's immune system. So it's got to be at least a few $100s, if not more, for certain medicines. So you can't tell me that the government didn't create AIDS and make it go worldwide like it did. Just to, like, they did that shit for the fucking money. They legit do stuff for fucking money. And they're like, oh, let's just keep it quiet. Don't tell the people that we did this. Because if you do, we'll kill you. And there have been people that have been killed off for knowing shit. And, like, especially these whistleblowers that come out of the government, if you look at it, even after a few days after they tell something, not even a few hours, some people don't even get to tell what they know. If the government even gets a hint at what somebody's wanting to do, and if it's super important to the government that it stays quiet, and they find out before you let it let it out to the world, then you're fucking dead. Like, the government has no issue using Black Ops people to go kill somebody over what they want to say is national security. No, they want to claim it's national security because they didn't want that information out. And this is why, like, I'm kind of on the fence about Bob Lazar. Is I think he was kind of like more along the lines of a softer side of a whistleblower, if there is a thing like that. Because he came out in the 1980s about Area 51 and stuff like that, and like everybody with his new movie that's supposed to be coming out in I think December of this year. Everybody's like, well, if he was a true whistleblower, then why isn't he dead? True. But then I saw these comments on Secure Team, because on Secure Team 10, because he did a thing about it, about the video. And I just happened to keep scrolling and I saw this one comment saying, well, maybe he's a soft whistleblower. Like, maybe they let him live because he kind of told some stuff, but not enough to get him killed. Like, he possibly told little snippets of what was really going on. Maybe they didn't have him working on any bigger projects because, you know, at secret military bases like Nellis, Area 51, Wright Air Force Base, like, there are top secret government projects going on, and some of them are more hush-hush than others. Like we know at Area 51 and Nellis that they are testing secret planes, like coming up with like these so-called secret plane ideas and stuff, like top secret planes and stuff. Like, we know that. So if somebody comes out and says, oh yeah, this is a form of plane that's being developed at Area 51, they're gonna be like, we'll just discredit you, make you look like you don't exist, and all of your credentials are a lie because you came out about it. But we ain't gonna kill you. We'll just make you look like a fraud, basically. And that's what they did with Bob Lazar, is made him look like a fake. So, like, I don't know what he came out about from Area 51. Because now we've already gotten, like, the government saying, yes, Area 51 exists. Like, okay. Like, we can, like, there's just so much shit that if you just start paying attention more and start putting, like, little things together, it's like a puzzle. It's like little puzzle pieces. You gotta know, like, if you're focused on, like, UFOs, like the UFO community, some of them are, like, really, like, looking at every little thing to debunk what they see. And if they can't do that, then, they say it's a UFO. And UFOs, the majority of people look at UFOs and think aliens. But no, UFO is just unidentified flying object. Unidentified flying object could be just like a top secret airplane that they're still working on, that they're test flying to see if they need to work out any more bugs. So UFOs are technically can be considered man-made, or it could be human. But the best UFO experts will be like, okay, look, we've examined this. We don't know if it's a top secret plane or not, or if it's alien. We'll leave it up to you to decide, or leave it up to you to form your own opinion about it. And those people, to me, if they just flat out like, look, we looked at this, we don't know what it is, we don't know how to explain it. If you know something about this, then let us know, or just give us your best opinions of what y'all think it is. Those are the more people that's like open to more suggestions about what it could or could not be. But the fakes are the people that's like, look, this is what we call, this is what it is. I don't give a fuck what everybody else thinks. This is exactly what it is. And they don't have the people that are like that, and they don't have any type of documentation to back up their evidence, then don't believe them, please. Don't believe them. And with, I'm sorry, I can't keep my hands off my phone. But stuff like that, like, don't just take what people say with a, take people, don't just think that everybody knows every little thing. If you want to know more about a certain thing, even the government, like, if you want to know more about your government spending, go see what information you can find out about it. Like, here in the States, because I don't know if this, I don't know if one viewer is from the States or not. But that's how come I keep on saying here in the States, because I don't know where you live at. Because you could live in a different country, for all I know. And y'all's country could be run completely different than ours. Just saying. Because I know different countries' governments are run differently. But here in the States, it's pretty much basic common knowledge at this point that our government, even though we have a Transparency Act, to where they're supposed to, if we ask for the information on something, they're supposed to give it to us. But they don't. Because for certain programs, yes, they are working on top secret programs as we speak, and they probably will until Jesus comes back. Basically, in my personal opinion, they probably will. Wish my ankle would pop. Needs to be popped. I'm sorry. But until the end of the day, until Jesus comes back, they'll probably still be working on top secret stuff. And I'm just like, if you want to know more about your government spending and you can't find any information, talk to your government officials to see if you can get that information. And see if you can, and if there's any questions, see how many questions you can get answered from the government officials. But here in the States, we know for a fact that there are secret organizations. I'm not going to say all of them are to protect our country, but the majority of them are to develop new technology to defend the U.S. from possibly another world war, which has already been talked about, thrown out up in the air, which, by the way, is also a part of Revelations, because there's a mention of talks of false wars in Revelations and throughout the whole Bible itself. So yeah, we're definitely we could possibly be living in end times at this point. Like I said, possibly, because the only one who knows that is the end times. If it is or isn't, is God. But if like I know that a lot of things are done to protect our country and stuff. Um, and like some of them are not. Some of them are like I keep going back to Apex TV and the time traveling thing. Because if it is true, then like come on now. Different countries are already working on that. Some countries are even by what they say are even working together. So if it's not really national security to be working on this stuff, then just let us know. Just be like, put out the files on the proper websites and stuff, and be like, look, we're spending X amount of money on time travel stuff. Like, time travel should not be, if it is true that the militaries across the world are working on time travel, it shouldn't be kept secret. Because unless they just want to see who comes first in developing the technology. Like they did with the moon. Like, it was the US versus Russia. Who can go to the moon first? Like, that's how I feel about the whole time travel thing. But now things have, since that time, things have gotten like so messed up with the government to where it's just like, no. Nah. Yeah. And this was only supposed to be like a damn test stream to see if this Streamlab OBS for my laptop would work. And this turned into one of those really, really long streams where I have a damn meltdown on it, talk about a whole bunch of random shit. Like, that's what you get on my channel. Like, if I go live, I could be talking about any damn thing going for hours. To be honest with y'all, I could. Like, because that's how my mind works. Because if y'all see me, like, if I know you probably been watching, like, for a good little while now. And you see me bounce from one topic to another. Like, on a good day for me, that's how my mind works. Like, my mind is just everywhere. Like, things are popping out and all that shit. But now it's just like, yeah. Like, my bad days are like really bad. And if I ever get on live stream on a bad day, y'all will see, like, hell, I've had bad days and I'm on my Twitch account, and I freaked out on there on the Spectrum dude. I can't even remember what date it was, but I freaked out on him. There's been days where, like, I could talk for hours on end during a stream on my Twitch game. And then, like, maybe a week later, or even a few days later, I don't say shit through my damn Twitch stream. And there's times where I go, like, 6+ hours a day on a stream, and then other days I'll be like, on bad days, I will do like possibly 30 minutes if I could even get there. And sometimes I can manage to pull out maybe between like an hour to 2 hour stream on Twitch on a bad day, but I ain't gonna be that happy about the shit, and I'll probably, the majority of the time, I will be cussing somebody out and blaming all my failures on other people. Yeah, I'll admit that. Like, I'm woman enough to admit that I have issues. We all got issues, and if you can't admit to having some type of form of issues, whether it be disagreements with people, whatever it may be, big or small, you got some shit going on in your life, just like everybody else. And some people can admit to it, some people can't. I just can admit to it. Like, you know what? I fuck up sometimes. A lot of times, hell, I can't even say sometimes. A lot of the damn times, I fuck up. But, like, at least I can be honest with people and be like, hey, look, a lot of the time, I do fuck up. I ain't damn perfect. And if you want me to be perfect, then yeah, bye. Like, I'm not the person to be in somebody's life that wants me to be fucking perfect. Like, no. I'm not willing to make myself look or even appear perfect to any fucking person. If you can't deal with me as I truly am, as God made me to be, then you're not right in my life. I'm sorry. You're sent by Satan to try to distract me. Like, only God will send people in my life, send people to me for me to grow to the person that He wants me to be. And if He wants me to help somebody else grow to the person that they should be at that point in time in their life, then He'll send them to me and help me speak to them personally. Like, I'm sorry. If you're not like a religious person or anything, don't hurt my feelings by leaving. Like, it won't hurt my feelings. Like, I am on any of my, like, on my Instagram page, it says, first few words is, I'm a Christian goth. I can't, even on my Twitch, it says, I am a Christian goth. I cannot afford makeup, but I love to play games. Yes, I have been, the only reason why I put the part about me not being able to afford makeup is because I've had some comments here on some of my videos saying, oh, you're not goth because you don't have no makeup on. Or, oh, on one of my very first videos, which is so damn cringeworthy, is ridiculous. Like, don't go back and watch my very first videos, like that first year or two that I was on YouTube. Oh my god. If those fake volumes, it will show you all how much I've changed. Cause yeah. Cause like my first like year, I think I was using like this. Hold up, I got it right here. I will show you on what I used to record when I first started doing YouTube. It has. It is basically one of these with a long ass cord. But yeah, it's one of these where you have to plug it into the USB port and the mic port. Like, and this is not the best of quality because, yeah, I ain't about to read all that, but you can see right there. Like, that's all the qualifications for it. Not the best of quality. I recorded with like, some of those videos was done, just like late at night when my family was in bed, and I'd be sitting up, like, I'll be like this, right on the camera, in all those videos. And I've had, like, some comments saying, oh, on those videos, I don't even remember what I labeled one video, but I had somebody say, "Oh, you're scary," and then I had somebody else comment saying, "Goths only wear black." Like, okay, like I've learned on how to do YouTube better than when I first started, but I'm nowhere near the professional level, and stuff. So, like, yeah. Um, I'm, and like I said, I just installed Streamlabs OBS system today. And this, I tried like maybe 2 different test streams before this one, before I actually got it to not lag and to be able to switch over and stuff. Yeah, I'll click on some stuff. Hopefully it works. Forgive me. This is like my first real day of using this on my laptop. So if it don't work, then just forgive me. I got it started like this, and then I also got the Be Right Back, Ending Soon, and then the offline one. Now the live screen part of this one, I didn't really like the background of it because um, this was made for like Twitch and the YouTube, and for the YouTube part, it's got YouTube/YouTube gaming, so it's kind of meant for both. And what I had to do for this, cause I don't even know if I can edit the thing on this. I might have to do a separate video, but the background, the original background, was a small little screen on like, yeah, on this side of my computer screen, basically the left side of the computer screen, on the close to the bottom left hand side, about, well, y'all have seen gaming, small little box for the webcam, bigger for the game to show up, and it had like this game board on it. I'm like, I kind of like the starting soon, be right back, ending soon, and offline pictures, but I don't like the game board aspect. And I'm going to mainly be using this to stream like I am now, so I don't really need everybody to see the game board thing. So let me see if I can adjust the webcam part. So I was able to finally get it set up to where I could make the webcam the full view of it, which I'm happy for. Um, took me took me about a few hours just to get the webcam shit fixed. Then I started test streaming. My mom sent me off with that video that she tried to start on the first stream. I'm like, no, I cannot do this shit. I had to go upstairs and lug all my shit upstairs. Like, no. And right now I got quartz draping across my room just to do shit. Like, this is why I would prefer to be set up downstairs in the living room. But it didn't work out like that. So, I'm up in my room. Like, I cannot let my mom come into my room because she will be if she walks anywhere over near my quarters, she will be tripping over them because she cannot see. And yeah, she's technically legally blind, but she is like completely blind in her right eye and about, I want to say 50 to 75% blind in her left eye, so she does still have some eyesight, but it's just not that much for her to see every little thing. And that's why, to be honest with you, I'm trying to build my Twitch channel and I'm trying to build my YouTube channel. Even though I'm not consistent with it because I feel like I need some form of help. Whether, I don't even give a damn if I have mental issues at this point. I just need a good therapist that I can talk through shit with. And the only way I know I can do that is by building my channels up so I can provide a good enough life for me and my mom. Like, that's all I want to do is like I want to help my mom. I basically want to build up my Twitch channel and my YouTube channels at this point, because I am trying to get my YouTube channel going too again. Um, but I want to make enough money to be able to help my mom get the cataract surgery she needs, to be able to get her teeth fixed, which she needs, to be able to pay off all of mine and her debt, be able to move into a better environment for us mentally and physically. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, please do not take this wrong. Like, government apartments were made for people who fall on hard times. Which me and my mom did fall on hard times because we both lost our job. So, yes, government apartments are supposed to be there to help people get back on their feet. But it's turned into, like, that is the basically fundamental part of government apartments, which to me is amazing. But the government apartment complex where me and my mom moved into, they let bad management take over. And the bad management companies that was like buying and selling this property, like the management. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all straight up. Me and my mom have lived in this same apartment for the past 4 years now, and we never used to have a light in the bedrooms. Like we had to buy like our own personal lamps and stuff to put in here because we didn't have no light. We didn't have no ceiling fans in the bedrooms, but we got all that now because they renovated it. But even the construction workers were saying that when they was taking down like all the cabinets, taking out, because see they only had enough money to buy 100 tubs for the apartments, and this is a 200 apartment unit or complex. 200 apartments in the complex, and they only could afford to buy 100 tubs. From the people that was installing the cabinets, putting in the new toilets, putting in the new bathroom sinks in all the bathrooms, and for the people that got a tub, including me and my mom got a new tub. The plumber that did our tub, even the construction workers that came in put in our new like kitchen sink, new cabinets, and new appliances and all that. Stories from all of them people was basically like, yeah, we find like they said that every single apartment, all 200 units, has some form of mold in them. Just think about that. We already know what fucking mold can do to people. If it's black mold and it gets spread around and you breathe in a lot of the mold spores, yes, you can die from it. And I'm like, okay, good, we're getting renovations. Y'all can take out all the mold. Their answer was, no, we cannot take out all the mold and treat for mold. We was just told to paint over the mold. Paint over fucking mold that could possibly kill people if you release or run down more the mold spores. Like, don't you realize that you could kill somebody? And if you ever, like, if you know anybody that's lived in apartments, or if you even live in an apartment, you know kids live in apartments, elderly people live in apartments, and just basically everybody from, like, newborns until the day you die, you might end up just living in an apartment. So, why the fuck would you not take care of them like that? Like, why would you not, if you know that there's mold. Why would you not take care of that mold issue? Like, because that's going to end up coming back and looking back on the apartment complex, and the apartment complex could be sued by the damn person's family for not taking care of that shit. And I'll be like, well, when they renovated them, the construction team said that they was told not to treat the mold. Like, they couldn't even take it out or treat it. That they was just told to paint over it. And and this isn't the first time that I've heard of it, because before me and my mom fell on hard times and had to move in here, we lived at a more expensive apartment complex. And I'm sorry. But for a 1-bedroom at the time, it was like $575. That's what me and my mom had to get because we couldn't afford anything better than that. So, and now me and this one girl, we're still talking on a daily basis at this point, because this was like a few years ago. Well, not even just a few. It's been about between 5 and 10 years ago. No, wait, hold up. Yeah, probably more along the lines of 7 or 8 years. She had mold growing in her laundry room up there. And this was when me and my mom was living there. And I mean, it looked, in certain areas, it looked like it was green, and in other areas, it kind of looked like I wanted to call it a dark green, possibly black mold in like a small little area of it. And during this time, she kept having sinus issues and staying sick. And she kept trying to get on to fix it, and the maintenance man finally came down, looked at it, and she told me exactly what he said to her. Well, all I can do is paint over it. So, and then, after me and her stopped talking, and this was after me and my mom got evicted from up there, and me and my mom had to move back in with her mom at the time, well, when she still had her place, and we were still going and visiting one of my mom's friends that lived up there. And my mom's friend had like green mold growing in one of the master bedroom closets. And this is where it pisses me off. She was told the exact same thing as my friend. Now, granted, me and my friend that had the mold growing in her laundry, me and her are the exact same age. Me and her are both 31 now. So this happened back in her early 20s. And then to have my mom's friend that my mom went to school with, which my mom is like 1 or 2 years older than her, and to have the same shit be told to my mom's friend from the same damn complex. Now, granted, people try to look at somebody's age and think, oh, well, they're stupid. They're too young. They don't know what they're talking about. And they'll just buy the story. We'll just paint over it. But you know, the older you get, the more wiser you get. And then, for them to use the same thing to my mom's friend, I'm sorry. Like, I can't do that. That's why I want my own damn house and be able to afford to live in my own house with my mom. Like, it's gotta be able to have my own space so I can go in and shut the door instead of me being in my bedroom all the damn time like this. But with apartments, because like I said, the other apartment that I was talking about with the 2 people having mold in their apartments is the same thing, basically what the construction workers was telling us here. And this is full, where I'm living at now, where me and my mom are basically living at now, is full on government apartments. Like, you have to qualify for HUD section, for basically like Section 8/HUD requirements. You gotta meet every single one to move into these apartments. So when I say these are government apartments, these legit are government apartments. The other apartment complex, they weren't fully government apartment. They just took Section 8 vouchers. And if you wasn't on Section 8 voucher, you had to pay the full rent. So for me to be, for two different apartment complexes, funded two separate ways at that point, because now that apartment complex lost their HUD funding because they wasn't keeping it up. Well, not their HUD funding. They got removed from the Section 8 list. And basically all the Section 8 people had to eventually move out of there, I think. Well, yeah, because that's the reason why my mom's friend moved, is because she couldn't live there anymore on Section 8. And she couldn't afford to pay full rent for a 3-bedroom over there at that time was well over $800. And they wasn't willing to treat mold and get rid of it before they painted over it. Which is sad. No, it was like, yeah, now it's like 800 and something just to live over there. It was, for a 3-bedroom at the time, I think it was like $780, I think, so close to $800 for a 3-bedroom. And both people lived in 3 bedrooms. So, and both people were on Section 8. Like, there's gotta be better standards put in place so this shit won't happen. Because, and that's the main reason why I'm like, my mom wants to move into another apartment complex. And I'm like, no, we need to save for a house. Like, because at least at a house, we know if we have a mold issue, we can personally get somebody in here to treat it, remove the mold in a safe, timely manner, and paint over it if it needs to be painted over. Like, in an apartment complex, they're just going to paint over it, not even treat it, and when it comes back, they're just going to do the same thing. Like, no. We need our own house to where we can officially pay for all the repairs that we need, including mold cleaning if we need it, mold or mildew cleaning, where we can do all that. So, like, that's where I'm at this point. Like, I've been all over this stream, and it's going on, like, close to 2 hours and 50 minutes at this point. Very close to it. I haven't even talked this down much on my Twitch streams, as far as I know. Or as far as I can remember. So, yeah. Yeah. By this point, I think I've ran out of every little thing to talk about. And then I'm getting hot in this apartment up here. If you can see on my face, I don't know. But, like, I got a thin layer of grease forming on my face, which should not be forming because I did take a shower earlier. Even when I do my hair up like this, I can feel sweat on the back of my hairline and stuff. And the fan will not help. Yeah. So I'm thinking about, like, going ahead and, ending it now or within the next 10 minutes. Because it is getting so hot in here. Because I got my door shut, and my door is behind the little curtain thing, right there. So yeah, door shut and all that. I wish I could paint these walls so it wouldn't be, to see if it wouldn't be as much of a glare. Ooh, excuse me, from the light. I just wish I could, but they're gonna be like, no, because they just like, they love to tell people no. Even with the laundromat, like, we're having to try to, we are literally asking people to let us know when they go to the damn laundromat so we can go wash our clothes with them. Because they still haven't gotten the building inspector out to inspect the new building for our laundromat. So we don't even have a laundromat at this point on grounds. And for people that don't have internet on their phones and have to contact an Uber, there is nowhere close by that has Wi-Fi that can for us to go wash our clothes at. Like, we can't. I'm sorry, but we just, so we're having to like ask neighbors to take us to the laundromat when they go to wash clothes until they get it opened again. Which is the worst feeling there. Cause I hate asking people for rides and stuff. Like, I just hate it. Like, if you've ever had that, can't talk. If you've ever had to ask people for rides because you didn't have a car and you had to wait until they go, that is like the worst feeling ever. Trust me, it is. Well, at least for me and my mom, because we're so used to having a car and to go and do stuff. Like, this wouldn't even have been an issue because, yeah, my nose is stopped up. I'm sorry. But we became so used to having, a car to get out and do stuff, and now not to have a car it's just like, I can't, like I need a car. I'm sorry. I need a car. I really need a car. And the sooner that happens, I'll be so damn happy. So, yeah. And, yeah, I don't know. Like, I think I'm going to just stop it at this point because it's getting to the point of, I've officially ran out of shit to talk about, to be honest with you. Yeah, like, yeah, you can tell when I've been, like, this is what happens sometimes when I'm even on Twitch playing my games. I legit cannot focus on my game, like, and if you go and look up DID and see like some people switching and stuff, I'm not switching. I'm like this all the damn time, like. And you'd think if I did have like multiple personalities and stuff, my mom would have already pretty much noticed something and stuff. But she hasn't said nothing. The only thing that I can think of is like my explosive anger issues. Like, I let everything get to a point and then I just, yeah, everywhere. Like, I explode on the closest person around. Like, which is not good for anybody. Not good for how I want to present myself. not good for that person, which should have never been exploded on in the first damn place. And if you love this rambling and stuff, and I'm sorry if I haven't, I see like 2 comments over here, and I'm sorry. And if this is you in here, then thank you for saying saying that I'm so pretty and stuff. Thank you. I'm sorry. It's just when you hear certain YouTubers say that the camera's therapeutic and they pick up the camera just to like have just to have a therapy thing, it really is. Trust me. This is about the only streaming was about the only thing I could think about today because I could not focus on it. It either had to be my game or me just having a therapeutic moment here on YouTube, like through a stream. Like, you can't get more real life than this. Like, and with my streams, you never know which way they're gonna go. If they're gonna be all up, happy, joy, if you're gonna see me sad or anything. But I do get on from time. I have gotten on like a few times to stream from now. Don't start on me on this one, please. But I have an old N64 that I still get on and play some games, and I will get on sometimes and stream an N64. But the majority, and I will label it as an N64 stream. But the majority of streams, if it's not labeled N64, then if you feel like this was anyway helpful, or if you enjoyed anything from this, go ahead and hit the little red subscribe button down there. Feel free to turn on the post notification, the little bell icon. Feel free to it. You're not forced to, just as long as you can if you want to, so just feel free if you want to. No pressure. But yeah, I do stream N64 games. They are still posted. All my streams stay posted. They stay out there for the world to see. Like, I try to keep it real on these streams. Like, the more raw videos and stuff. Like, I try to be a little edited on Twitch. Like I said, a little. But YouTube is more that platform for me, at least, to be more open and honest with everybody. So, like, this is gonna work where you're gonna see more of me being real and honest about what I think about things that are going on in my life, things that are going on out in the world, and all that. But I'm gonna go ahead and get off now. Or well, real soon because been on here for 3 hours at this point. Ran out of things to talk about. I love being on here on the stream, and I will see you guys later.